Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Muston Park, a place that I have not been to in 2 whole years. Well, partly because I went back to Hong Kong in mid-ish 2024, so I didn't bother coming here because all these purple wisteria flowers hadn't really started blooming yet. And plus, back in 2023, that was when I first started doing videos, and these photos, back then, they're not very good. And I kind of don't really like them, so that's what we're going to do for today. Reshoot the whole thing, pretty much a send-off to one of the cooler places I have seen in Sydney, and there are a lot of kids around screaming, so I'm not going to say that, I'm going to cut that out of the video. One more thing before I start. Last time I came here, I didn't really have all this fancy gear. Look at this thing, 7200 f2.8, the Pocket 3 I'm filming this on, and even this, the Action 5. I didn't have that last time, and I was just filming off my phone and the R5, and that turned out, I would say, okay for the time, but for current standards, not exactly very good. Photos as well, not the best thing ever. Anyways, I'm joined by my friend today who is already shooting his photos. I'm going to do some B-roll first. This is a place that I haven't been to for a long time, so kind of takes me back. Anyways, without further ado, let's start today's video. So here we have the first shot. Didn't really take me too long. It's just that overall this is a little bit more complicated than I remembered it to be, and at the same time I really wanted to use a large aperture. I'm not quite sure if the Pocket 3 is tracking me. Seems to be. Hopefully you are. Anyways, this is not that difficult. It's just that using a large aperture, by balancing the background and also how complicated these purple wisteria flowers are with the wig, is actually quite difficult. Let me explain that after I go through the whole setup really quickly. 1535 at 28mm, vertical hand position because I wanted more of these purple wisteria frames like that. It's okay. I want 35, but that's a little bit too zoomed in. Plus, I do feel like 28, a wider angle, is a little bit better because I do plan to use around 100 to do a really compressed shot straight up like that after this thing. Anyways, one light on top of the camera, that's just for the eyes, and 2 flashes, one right here. One is right actually down below here. I consider doing it here or slightly more to the, well, that's your left or your right, whatever, over here. But it's just that the wig kind of gets in the way. So when I flash like this, the light's very strong and the wig kind of gives it a weird shadow on the face. And I don't want that, so unfortunately, it is what it is, so I'll just have to do that. I hear a bee. Hopefully it's not coming after me. Anyways, yes, back to what I started with. This is complicated in the way that this is all a very busy background. And unfortunately, I am a wide angle whore. I love that because it gives a lot more context and then it gives it more life to the photo. And you kind of need larger than f2.8 even F2 if you want a separated background, especially in these very complicated scenes. However, it is what it is, and I'm going to use a zoom lens, so F2.8 it is. Anyways, that's a lot of yapping for this one bloody photo, and I gotta give this position to my friend anyway. So without further ado, let's take a look at the photo. And there we go. Definitely not the best one, but honestly, I think I should take it easy and shouldn't be forcing myself to do a lot more of this not so good photos anyway. So whatever, I will switch over to B-roll mode of me changing clothes and perhaps looking at how my friend does his setup, and let's get on with it. Okay, as you can see, I'm pretty much done with the shot and done with the area. And you can also see the sun's blaring directly into my eye, but I have no choice because all my stuff is in here and I kind of got to pack this all up. You see a tripod, camera, flashes, it's all over the place basically. But yeah, I will pack this all up and basically head to the next spot, which is all the way in the city. I have around an hour or so to basically get there. I have no idea how much or how long my friend is going to take with his photos, but I do think that this is far more valuable than whatever I need to do in the next spot, because that one is always available. This is kind of, well, seasonal limited. That's the best way I can put it. Anyways, I'm going to cut you a deal because I am not arsed to do 2 videos anymore. I will put some clips or some of me tomorrow in this following segment and see where it goes from there. If I actually do get to the city later and actually do the photo, that'll be the end of it. But if not, I'll see what me tomorrow thinks. I'll pass it on to you. And welcome to part 2 of the video. I'm currently at Rhodes and this is the John Witten Bridge. I believe I've been here enough times for me to not need to introduce this place to you. It's very simple. It's just one of those sunset shots, kind of ish. It's kind of pre-sunset right now, but I think you get what I mean. I'm going to try out a shot first with like 50 or 70 millimeters, shooting along this way with a probably horizontal composition and see how that works. The only problem here is there's a lot of people and a lot of bikes, and whenever the bikes come past, these floorboards, these boards you see under here, they kind of move and rattle a little bit. It's not just noisy, but also everything kind of moves around that little bit. Wouldn't be a problem, but I need a stack. So I'll see what I can do, and perhaps I'll just do the shot really quickly so I can actually get that stacking shot and also go down there and get that actual sunset shot that I kind of did scout out last week. Anyways, without further ado, as always, some B-roll, and let's settle the shot. So here we are with the final shot for today. I completely skipped the introduction, and hopefully me tomorrow actually did something and referred you back to this point in time. Yes, I came all the way back from Muston Park. Yeah, Muston Park, yes, and my friend is still over there. He's probably not there for tomorrow's section, but I think you know what I mean. Anyways, this shot, again, quite simple. It's just that when I was setting up, all these children, all these people sitting on the boardwalk kind of meddled with things and made it a little bit unstable, so it kind of took a little bit more time than I had expected. Anyways, let's quickly go over this whole thing because it's sort of a repeat of last year's photo, which is right here. Just take a look at it. And personally speaking, I can't be sure whether if this is a better photo or not. Anyways, let's quickly go over it. 7200 f2.8 at around 85mm, a classic portrait focal length. I deliberately did this because I wanted the towers at the background. Last year's photo kind of chopped it off. I kind of didn't like it. This time around, hopefully it looks slightly better. With a vertical composition, because horizontal has too much stuff on the background and too much stuff on the side, including the pool, including the water, which I don't really want. And the aperture is a little bit tricky because I'm using f5.6. With that being said, this is way more than enough, and the background is going to be significantly blurred out anyway. Any further, I'm afraid it would get a little bit more busier than I want to. Any higher, you really can't see what's in the background, so what's the point of me coming here? With the light, It's slightly more complicated than I would want it to be. One light on top of the camera, one light I'll be holding right here, one flash over there just for the backlight and for lighting up some parts of the hair and the clothing to make it look a little bit standoutish, with this one being the major headache. So this thing, I really wanted to hold up a little bit further. However, I'm afraid that this would lead to unbalanced lighting in the doll's left eye, my right side. Because of that, I might see what I can do in editing, because all of this is a lot of editing with the light, with the contrast, blah, 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 so on. But you will see it once you see the final product. Anyways, that's it for this shot. I don't really think I have anything else to add. I mean, I've already talked enough, right? And without further ado, let's take a look at the photo. And we are fucking done. I got lucky actually, because last time I was here, there was a lot of people around here just sitting until it kind of went dark. But at the same time, last year's video, which I will put right here, and some B-roll if I do manage to dig it up, the sky was purple red. It looked really nice. This year not so much, it's only that yellowish, bluish tone. But at the same time, I do think it fits the white and black dress a little bit more. Anyways, that's it for me. Skip towards the outro. Okay, quick outro for today. I'm not going to bog you down for long. It's just I want to talk a little bit about the place I went to earlier today. It is a place that I first basically started making videos in, and kind of brings back a lot of memories. Thankfully, I do think I have improved in terms of photos and videos, and I have all these fancy gadgets, so making these stupid, horrible fucking YouTube videos is a lot more easier than what I used to do. Remember, R5, phone, that was it. No fancy mic, no fancy following camera, no fancy Action 5, nothing else, just me and a good old intention and determination. So yeah, it was nice to reflect on that. Anyways, I do kind of regret a little bit of taking the shot a little bit early. Maybe I should have waited a little bit more, but at the same time, I couldn't really care, and plus, I need to film the outro on time, because without light, the Pocket 3 kind of refuses to track my face. That's it for today's video. Next week's video is going to be a little bit special, because if my scheduling is correct, I will be on an air show with my friend. And yes, I am planning to take my doll and my photo gear to an air show. And my goal, I will say this now and see how true that is a bit later, is to get a photo right beside the F-35 or F-18 or any sort of fighter jet. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video to the very end. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this garbage. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Most likely in the air show. Lemon out.